Hey everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here, and today I'm going to be starting my Platinum Trophy Guide for Resogun. Now, I know this game is pretty old. It came out back in 2013 on PlayStation 4. It was one of the first few games that I got to play when the PS4 came out. And yeah, it's got a pretty simple, straightforward Platinum Trophy. It shouldn't take you no longer than 4 to 6 hours depending on how you play the game and everything like that. Now, this guide is going to be based on how I personally earn the Platinum Trophy for myself or for Platinum Trophies that I'm selling on other accounts. So, yeah. Now, note that you don't have to follow this guide to a T. If you want to do it a little bit slower, you can, but this is just a rough generalization of what to do to get the trophy as fast as possible, in my opinion, you know. So anyways, we're just gonna get right into the video, and yeah, so basically we're not gonna touch on any of the DLC. So basically, base game on PS3 and PS4, because it's got to work on both systems, is you can do single level or arcade. We're gonna start off on arcade. Now, as you can see, I've already pretty much done everything and all that, but how I start the Platinum Trophy Guide is I start on veteran. Now, if you don't want to start on veteran, you know, start on experienced or rookie. That way you can get a feel for the game. But anyways, I start veteran, and now you shouldn't have any of the custom ships, or these bottom 5 ships right here. You should just have Nemesis, Ferox, and Phobos. So how I started off on veteran is I do Phobos, just because he has really good overdrive and overall damage later on. So anyways, we'll get into the first map.
Save the last humans.
Now basically how this game starts is it's basically a side-scrolling shooter and all that. Now, as you can see, that there's specific ships that are, well, enemies that are highlighted that will be highlighted, and whenever you kill all of those, you can possibly save a human. Now, some of the trophies require you to save all the humans on one stage or to save all the humans overall, which you do not need to do in one run. Now, the first thing I like to do is simply throw the human into one of those pods right there to save them. That'll get us not one, but I believe 2 trophies, one for saving the human and another for simply throwing them into the thing. Now, the thing as to why I play on veteran difficulty first is because there's a trophy related to the score multiplier up top of 15. The only way you can get that is by playing on veteran, which is pretty annoying and pretty difficult sometimes. Now, as you note, I'm going to be trying to keep that multiplier and try and save as many humans as I can, or try and save all the humans as I can. Now, note, there are going to be specific things I'm going to let happen or try to have happen, like saving this human here. Now remember, also be aware that you have bombs and overdrive. Do not forget about those, as they can save you sometimes whenever you don't have like any enemies actually next to you. So once you've let a human get almost taken up by a flying saucer, that will pretty much officially save them and net you the trophy for saving them. Pretty simple and straightforward. Carrying on, we're gonna try and trail some enemies behind while trying to progress over to this other human. Like I said before, you're just trying to save everything and, you know, keep your multiplier up. As you can see, you can also get a weapon upgrade as well every now and then. You also get some upgrades for your ship for saving humans, which is always good to do. Now, every so often you'll see that I'll like stop killing specific enemies to be able to train them around to ensure that I keep my multiplier, but I also am able to save every human. Now, if that does happen, like what just happened, where you can't save the human, don't worry, you can always come back and, you know, replay the mission. I normally try to do, you know, every human in one run. Since we're playing on veteran difficulty, we're not having to try and do everything in one run, which is the best thing to, you know, notice. Now, I almost forgot to mention that once you reach a score multiplier of 5, you will receive a trophy. When you reach 10, you will receive another one. And like I said before, we're trying to reach that 15. Now, the best way to do that in one go is simply to not let your multiplier go out this entire time of your first mission on veteran difficulty, and it should be around 14 or so when it's over. which is actually really good. So that means what we can do is on our second mission, we can continue and then get to 15 and then not ever have to worry about it again, which is really good. But when you're playing on veteran difficulty or any other difficulty, it's best not to lose your multiplier, because I believe, I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not, I just always have assumed that it's been like this for the majority of this game, is that some humans will only be saved after certain points if you have a high enough score multiplier, or if you've saved so many humans, you know, beforehand. I don't know if somebody could actually confirm that for me, that'd be great. But yeah, so after going through everything and all that in this first video, I'm gonna try and cut down what I include in future videos, you know, just to make sure that it's not too long. But like I said, as you can see, I just lost the multiplier, but you know, since I've already done everything, it's not a problem for me to lose the multiplier, but I should stress that it's a good thing for you guys not to. Now, once you get towards the end here, you'll see that there's a lot of enemies here for us to kill. Now, just kind of follow the path that I take, you know, just learn to train some of them, just bob up and down and move in a figure 8 kind of pattern, really, and that should help you out. Anyways, now we're here at the first boss. Pretty simple. Now, note that for every level that you complete, there's only 5. You will get a trophy, and you'll also get another trophy for saving all the humans for each levels, you know. So after we've destroyed all 3 of those little shields, we'll just come up here, destroy it. Now note, like I said before, just take things slow. You don't need to rush everything. Remember, you do have overdrive and you do have bombs if you need to use them to get out of a quick pinch. And you also can use your boost, which is actually very helpful. Now I just like to spam the overdrive here at the end just to decimate the boss and be done with everything. Now Phobos, oh sorry about that, Phobos, I don't know how to say the name correctly. He has an amazing overdrive. It lasts forever. You can decimate so many things. And there is a trophy related to killing so many enemies with the overdrive, which I will show later on. But anyways, now we've got the first level done. What we should already have now is we should have saved every human. Sadly, I didn't, but I hope you can. And we should have a multiplier of 14, 13 or so when heading into the second level. So yeah, we're just gonna head right to that.
Save the last humans.
Okay, so now here on level 2, what I simply do is come over here to the left, quickly get some kills to get our multiplier up, and then come over here to the right. Now I like to kind of kill some of the enemies, but also lead them over here so I can immediately save this human and work on clearing out the path a little bit over here. Now I also try and like to do some stuff here, but as of around right here is when you should have your 15 multiplier, which is really good. So then what I like to do is I kind of like to just, if I can get it, I'm just gonna do this. Now normally after I get the 15 multiplier, what I do is come on game, I'm just, for the sake of things, just gonna make my life easier. I'm gonna work on getting a trophy called micromanagement. To do that, you have to save 2 humans in literally 1 second. The best way to do that is to grab 1 human and then move them with your actual gun by, you know, shooting them, and then you basically save them at the same time. Now, doing that takes a little bit of skill, and you will lose your overall multiplier. So normally after I earn the 15 times multiplier and then do the micromanagement trophy, I will immediately go to restart the level or restart the game on PS3. They both do the same thing, and yeah, so we basically do that just to restart and make sure everything's golden.
Save the last humans.
Okay, so now that we've gotten one of the more harder trophies out of the way, the 15 times multiplier and micromanagement, it can be kind of annoying trying to save 2 humans at once. Trust me, I know. But one thing to also remember is that every time you save a human, it'll reset your multiplier, so that's a good thing. And every time you also save a human, you'll get a temporary increase to your gun or weapon, which is pretty cool to have. Also, destroying a weapon upgrade kind of counts similar to that as well. So always remember those. You know, it's sometimes best to hang on to a human until you reach a certain point, or you know, you're wanting to save it to take out a wave of enemies. Always good to have. I always try and save my bombs and everything and always forget about them, and forget about using boost as well. Anybody who's a Physical DxD fan might get that one. Boost. Anyways, you know, carrying on like normal, you just want to try and, you know, kill everything not too fast. That way you have enemies to kill to keep your multiplier going like before. You want to try and keep it as high as you can for as long as you can. You want to try not to die, you know, just to make sure, you know, that you have as high a chance of getting everything done in one run. Because doing this run the way I do it on veteran difficulty, you earn a lot in one go. You really do. Ooh, tight pinch right there. But anyways, you know, carrying on, just like I was saying, you know, it's a lot of repetition really with this game. However, the only differences from each level is the boss that you fight and the enemies. The game slowly introduces new enemies that you will slowly encounter, and then find harder or tougher versions or more of the same enemy in later levels, which actually is, you know, somewhat helpful in terms of, you know, learning everything with the game. But as you can see, you know, just from me playing through this level, killing everything, trying to save every human, you know, just taking my time really. It's really not as hard as you might think. Now, as you can see right here, this is actually the first set of specific types of humans that you will have to save, because the enemies you have to kill, you can't just kill them in a random order. They'll actually be flashing green and or red, depending on which one. You have to kill the green one first and then go to the next, and so on and so on. As you can see right there, that's what happened whenever you have a certain multiplier or have saved so many humans. I'm guessing, like I said before, still don't know if it's confirmed or not. But yeah, that was a human randomly getting saved from it. Now, once I save this human, there's only going to be one more human left for us to save. But after the second level, I'm going to kind of trim it down because, you know, like I said, it gets kind of repetitive. But there are certain trophies that I will show you and what to do and when to get. I will show you the 5th level as Phobos, just because it is a pain trying to do him, and seeing how like I do it, you know, might help you out or not, you know. But like I said, there's not going to really be anything for me to show you that would make this any better or helpful for level 3 or 4. Maybe, you know, I'll probably go through, upload this first video and decide or see how people react to the series first and then decide. Now note, this boss can be very annoying as Phobos, because once you get past this first phase here of destroying these little shields, trust me, be very careful. As you can see, I barely tap my boost just to get through sometimes, because when you use your boost, you're invulnerable. You don't take damage or anything. I almost messed that up really bad, and I died. But anyways, as you can see, just from restarting the level, we were able to get almost all the way to 15 multiplier, which is really good. But just, you know, the more you play this game, the better you'll get at it, really. And yeah, the easier things will become on any of the main 3 ships. Anyways, now what I like to do for this boss is I like to juke him out, lead him one way, and then right before he fires that giant laser, also being aware of the projectiles, I just, you know, come around to the other side. I also like to wait and use my overdrive for this boss fight, popping it right around here, and then heading over to the other side here to finish it off, making it for a quick kill. But anyways, that's going to do it for the second stage. Now, since I've gotten all the humans included, that should net another 2 trophies. You know, pretty simple. This game doesn't have a lot of trophies. They're pretty fast paced. You know, like I said, it's only going to take 4 to 6 hours. It just depends on how you want to play the game or how fast you're willing to get everything done. That's probably going to end it for the first part right here, just for right now. That way I can go through, kind of trim some things, or just get everything nice and loaded up, and determine if you know, if some feedback will come from this video or not. If my guides are helpful, or you like my guides for platinum trophies, you know, let me know. If you think of some things that I can do to make them better, always leave them down in the comments, or, you know, send me a direct message.
Save the last human.
Anyways, I'm just gonna pause it right here, because yeah, like I said, I don't want the video to be too long and make it super boring for you guys to have to trudge through the whole thing just for it. And like I said, for 3 and 4, I might not just do the whole thing and just show bits and pieces, because the trophies for, you know, the rest of this run are going to be pretty much short. But yeah, that's going to do it for this first part, and I'll just see you guys after everything's said and done. Anyways, it's Mr. Pilgrim, and I'm out.